each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. I just know that was yesterday. Oh, I don't know why, but I'm always fucking tired on Mondays. My weekends are usually pretty full. So, you wore out on Mondays. Monday's kind of my day off. Yeah. So, couldn't find anything inspirational in the readings today.
It's like I picked the wrong week to be smoking.
Watching a thing. I don't know if a lot of people know who Liam Nelson was. I think that's his name. Liam Nelson, not Neeson. Nelson. But he did movies like Airplane. He did these like spoof movies and stuff. And that was one of them, Airplane, where the guy that runs the control center is like, "Man, I quit the wrong week to quit drinking." And next scene is quit the wrong week to quit smoking. It was smoking first, and it just gets worse. It's like, oh, I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. So yeah, but this morning we're talking about. Oh, that worked out well. You like my sleeve hat? It's so French. How do you like my French now, motherfuckers? Oh la la! All right, so French. I like the French. I'm just kidding. The French guy that sold me his car, man. I just couldn't even hold a conversation. It has nothing to do with being French. But, right, right. Still kind of had the accent. Didn't really seem French, though. Seemed asshole. The car salesman. I hate it. I don't like being sold because I used to do sales and yeah, yeah. I guess the chat's not working again. That would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. Seems to happen. I don't know what it is. But this morning we're going to talk about why our recovery needs to come first. I'm going to talk about why my recovery needs to come first. Quick and easy answer is because I will have nothing else unless I have my recovery first. I won't have my family. I won't have my job. I wouldn't have daily trudge. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. I wouldn't be available for shit if I didn't have my recovery. The man is unthinking when he says sobriety is enough. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm your host today and for the foreseeable future. And if you don't like it, that's just too fucking bad. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, if you're allowed to comment. If your chat is posting, I'm going to presume that people are chatting and it's just not posting. That's what I'm going to assume. Let's talk about assuming a little bit. They say that assuming makes an ass out of you and me. I think I said this the other day. If you are not assuming and somebody else does, it does not make an ass out of you. Quit assuming that I'm an ass. Right? All right. Should say assuming makes an ass out of you. There you go. Because the other person is not assuming. And there's a lot of assuming going on. When when you watch a video and you see one person maybe fighting with another person and gosh, the camera just happens to be exactly where it needs to be. You're assuming it's real, but it's not. All right. See, the mind does tricky things. Sometimes we literally see and hear act what we want to, right? You ever seen the uh, the video where it's a crowd of people saying something, whatever they put on the screen is what you start hearing? Yeah, weird. And you can't help it either. Can't help it. All right. I bring up some key points for this, kind of help me with my lame brain this morning. All right. So let's get started. Recovery needs to come first because it is the foundation for addressing any other aspect of life. I like the way they put that. It's the same way that I just said, but it's the same thing I just said. It's just said in a different way, right? Where we have different aspects in life. What are aspects? Well, these aspects are going to be home, family, work, play, hobbies, your meetings, your sponsor, your sponsee, sponsors, okay? Your closed mouth friends, all the people in your life are an aspect. If someone isn't actively working on their recovery, they risk relapsing and losing the stability needed to maintain healthy relationships. It's also pretty wise to work on your foundation every single day. And considering the foundation takes no actual work but prayer, it can be done. So how can you, I'll tell you how I do it. All right. Now I know for a fact that is not working because people would have said something by now. Yeah, no, you broke something and you're being punished for it. Yeah, I know. It's your first punishment. You have no idea, do you? Yeah, you shouldn't have broke it. Then you'd be out in the sunroom. No, being cute doesn't help with me, dude. In fact, it just annoys me. Yeah, I know. He's just sitting here talking to me. I don't know if you can hear him. What? Meow. Yeah. So, how do I work on my foundation each day? Well, I do it through prayer. The first thing I do is I admit that I'm powerless over alcohol, that my life is unmanageable without God in it. Okay. Is my life really unmanageable now? No. But I don't want it to get unmanageable real quickly by me taking the reins because I can make my life pretty unmanageable in a 24-hour period pretty easily. Right. He's got to learn. He's still a kitten. He's still a kid. Right. Good morning, Clara. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Hi. I broke shit this morning and I'm in trouble. I am Falcor. Oh, did I annoy you? Did I annoy you, you poor thing? Oh no. Don't fuck with me, dude. You don't understand. I am the cat god. I I'm a cat whisperer. Cats, I don't know what it is. Right. So I ask God to keep me sober for the day. That's step one. I'm praying. That's step two. Right. Then I literally say the third step prayer. Now, why do I work on my foundation each day? Because there's going to be times in my recovery when all I have is steps 1, 2, and 3. There'll be times when I fall flat on my fucking face and I'm going to need steps 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes you'll hear me say things like back to basics. That's 1, 2, and 3. It is. Okay. And having a solid foundation, you got to have it because you cannot build a structure on a weak, falling apart, not doing it right, half measured foundation. It will not work. Right? So, without those first 3 steps and doing them every single day takes me Takes me 2 minutes. Okay. Doesn't take long. The process. Sometimes I actually go back and re-say my prayer because it's so automatic that I'm like, I wasn't even paying attention when I was praying. So I go back and do it, and I become intentional with it. I say things like, God, thank you for giving me a great day yesterday. What do you need from me today to make another great day? I've been using that for a couple weeks, and it's helping. It's putting my mindset in the right place. It's giving me a good attitude to start the day, man. Okay. Because I don't know how you are, but when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is fight. Almost every time I want to fight. And I look for things that are going on that could piss me off. I searched for them. So I have to start my day a little different now. It's a lot easier now than when I had my PTSD nightmares. A lot of you don't know don't know the Dion that was having nightmares. Some mornings I would come on here and I was just obliterated because my nightmares were so bad. I'd be shaken. Yeah. Yeah. Those went away about, I want to say 6 months now. 6 months. They were horrible, man. I would wake up shaking. Sometimes I would wake up swinging. They were extremely violent. I would kill my brothers and sisters over and over and over and over again. One time I shanked my mother. They were very violent. They were very riddled with a lot of trauma. And I always, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it because it doesn't matter. But in that, you can know that it is possible to get past those things. I went through a lot of trauma. I'm finding out that now that I unpacked, I found out there's more. I figured out I was sexually abused. Yeah, you know, when I was very, very little, and it atones for a lot of things. That's as far as I'm taking it with that. The rest of it belongs with a therapist. Does not belong in AA meetings. In fact, I probably shouldn't even have brought it up here. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have, right? Well, it says to maintain healthy relationships and overall well-being in other areas of life. Essentially, putting recovery first allows individuals to build a strong base from which to tackle their challenges. What is a strong base? The strong base is steps 1, 2, and 3. A base is a foundation. Right? Is step 3, of which we put in the cornerstone, of which we build an ark. We build the ark and we pass through freedom. Okay, now that ark is built, right? Who's it built by? It's built by you and the people like Closed Mouth Friends and sponsors and the suggestions that you hear in the program. All right. But I have found that without recovery, I don't have anything. It sucks. But at least it's straightforward for me. There's no muddled anything. This is black or white, man. This is a black or white. I'm either going to be in recovery and do something today that's at least positive, like getting your laundry done. You don't have to go change the world in order for something to be done positive that day. Okay. Maybe your laundry's been falling behind and you need to catch up on it. Do one load at a time, but do it. We can start with small steps. So stability and foundation, which is what I've really been kind of focused on with this part. So I'm not going to do much more into that. Recovery provides a stable base for managing other life aspects, like where it just literally said that. So I'm not going to repeat it. Relapse prevention. Actually, it'd be slip prevention, right? It's at maximum service. What is maximum service? Some days you may be on fire. You're doing great. Everything coming out right. Some days it's all you can do to make sure you shower for the day. That's still maximum service. It still is. It is contingent on your spiritual connection, your spiritual basis. Well, that's not going to be 100% all of the time. Okay. So, good point, Clara Joyce. Relapse prevention. Okay. Prevention. What is prevention? It means to avoid negative consequences, pretty much. Okay. So, where we used to set ourselves up to fail, we did. If you've done a 4-step, you're going, oh, yeah, I did that. Oh, me. Oh, I don't do it anymore. All right. Now we set ourselves up to succeed. Yeah. That's prevention. Prevention is setting yourself up to succeed. Prevention is not doing something and replacing it with something else. All right. Like having a good attitude. Gosh, it's easier to stay sober for the day when you have a good attitude, huh? It helps. Putting recovery first means actively avoiding situations that could trigger relapse, which is crucial for maintaining sobriety. And that was a wrong answer. That's why we read this stuff. Okay. Now, I hear what they're saying. I don't hang out in the liquor store. We have a saying in AA that if you hang out in the barbershop for too long, you're gonna get your hair cut. Right? Hear that? You've heard that? Yeah, you've heard that. If not, you've heard it now and you understand what it means. It means that if we hang around liquor intentionally and do it constantly, we are not really in relapse prevention. Okay. Got to have a reason. Okay. Actively avoiding situations that could trigger relapse. God, what a clinical way to. This makes me want to throw up a little. Why? Why? Okay. Well, I can't go to the ball game because there's alcohol there. There's gonna trigger. I can't watch TV. I can't do. See, now we're taking it a little too far because anything that protects the alcoholic from having to be around something is doomed to fail. It will make them want it more. Knowing I couldn't have it made it worse. Now, okay. A good example of that is this. If I promised to quit drinking, the amount of time I was sober was however long it took me to get to the liquor store. But I would promise you that I was going to quit drinking while putting on my fucking shoes because I'm headed to the liquor store. See, it was such a habit. I couldn't help myself. I could literally tell myself, why are we doing this? Why are we going this way? Why are we? And it still wouldn't stop. No, it just kept going. That obsession would take over. It was like living outside of my fucking skin. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was like watching somebody else control me. And I couldn't take it anymore. All right, personal growth. Recovery involves self-reflection and addressing underlying issues, leading to personal growth and a better understanding of oneself. Which leads to what? Relapse prevention. Sure it does. Knowing yourself and being able to being rigorously honest with yourself, asking yourself tough questions like, why do I want to drink? What's going to happen if I do drink? See, we have a saying, think, think, think. People are like, oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't drink. Think the drink through, dumbass. That's what it means. Quit arguing with the sayings and stuff in AA and listen to what they actually mean. Okay? Think, think, think. Think that drink through. What's going to happen if you take that drink? What's going to happen? I got a lot of curious people. curious people jumping on this morning and leaving. Been like 3 so far on Facebook. Good morning, Amber. Good to see you. Congratulations on your Chiefs. That was a good game. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. There wasn't any cheating going on in that one. You know, it's because people add shit up, and since they don't reconcile the past, they can't separate. This is a different game. I mean, it wasn't even the same reps. I mean, come on. All right, but I want to call them out on cheating because I don't like them. But that's not what I say. If I'm being rigorously honest with myself, I didn't see it. Right? And what is that? Oh, that's personal growth. It applies. Right? It applies. Oh, sorry, there's a hair on here and it's just irritating. It's not doing anything. It's not interfering. It's just bugging the shit out of me. There we go. Okay. Yeah. What? Watch the shit talk. I'm trying to be nice. Anybody that's watching, when we say shit talk, we're just talking about football. It has nothing to do with our friendship. So, all right. But personal growth, the more you know, the more you know. Okay. It isn't that knowledge isn't power. It is still power. Knowledge is power. It's just that I couldn't apply the knowledge. I'm not in a book, CJ. No. I asked Google. That's all I did. Otherwise, I'm flipping around in the book. Right? And nowhere in the book does this topic come up. I didn't get rid of the hair, it just moved. Okay, great. I'm not even going to talk about Taylor Swift. Not a chance. Personal growth. Recovery involves the self-reflection, right? So, the more you know about yourself, okay, we've actually been talking, this seems to be coming up a lot lately, because personal growth and the triggers and things like that apply directly to your boundaries. Is your boundary, I'm not going to hang out in a bar where liquor is served? That's a good boundary to have. A good boundary is do I have any real reason? Do I have any business for being there? Going and adding to a situation to make it better is a legitimate reason in my book. Yeah. You know, if the reason is good and the intention is good, by all means go, man. By all means. Positive impact on relationships. When someone prioritizes recovery, it positively impacts their relationships with family and friends as they become more present and healthy individuals. Not only that, not is it just that, but we alcoholics go from being extremely selfish about us, me, right? Like in Finding Nemo, the seagulls, me, me. Because we have alcoholism. Okay, once you take out the alcohol and you're sober, what are you left with? Ism, I, self, me. Those are the isms. Okay, the isms are I, self, me, and suddenly we're like, do you need help with that? What can I do to be useful for you here? Because we're finally useful. Finally, we can go do the grocery shopping. We can take care of the things that we haven't been taking care of. Right? My wife's leaving on Friday for like a week. I'm not happy. I don't like it when my wife's gone. I like it for like the first day. Right? What was that? It was selfish. That's selfish of me, isn't it? Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But yeah, now we get to be available. Hey, can you watch the kids? Yeah, I can watch the kids. Now instead of my kids asking me to watch the kids, now it's now it's hey, can I get the kids? Now it's different. It's like, yeah, well, it's been a month, time for me to see the grandkids, time for you and I to, and it adds on. Yeah. That is a good reason to get into football. I will agree with that. Yeah, since YouTube likes to scream me, they are. You're like, they're like, we don't like what Amber has to say. We're not. I think there's one person just sitting there watching my stuff. Notice that, and knock on wood here, but notice the mushroom people haven't been posting. They've been here. They've been popping in and out. Okay. But what I did is I put keywords that you are not allowed to post on my pages. Right? I only put one in because they're using one specific kind of word. So yes, I used it. Unsupervised Dion. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. Home Alone 3, I think would probably be a good one. Yeah. Nothing's gonna change. I'm still gonna do the same shit I do. Hopefully with a car. Still don't know when I'm gonna get my car. So. It's one of the things I woke up and wanted to be angry about. I might have to rent a car for Friday. We will see. We will see. Improved quality of life. This is probably the best one about when recovery comes first. By focusing on recovery, individuals can experience a significant improvement in their overall quality of life, including mental and physical health. I don't know why people don't, because there's a couple. See, there's mental, there's physical, there's emotional. Mental and emotional health are a little different because since feelings aren't facts, but mental health is, we we don't call it mental sobriety, we call it emotional sobriety, right? And then there's spiritual, right? Now for us, or at least actually I think this would be true of anybody, but I have found that when I take a look at my spiritual malady and I work on my spiritual malady, these other things tend to fall into place. Doesn't mean they doesn't mean they get cured or all the pain goes away. But, you know, when I'm in pain and I have a better attitude, I'm able to handle it a little bit better. It's a little less painful. But when I get mad, brain tightens up. Yeah, that's why I was the reason that I have so much neck and shoulder pain was because of my anger. And now that it's gone away or going or, okay, I don't really have neck pain as much anymore, but it has affected my shoulder. All right. What is the first rule of recovery? I like to check some of these. Rule one, change your life. I don't disagree, but how? Okay. What are the three priorities of recovery? Probably going to agree with it. Patience, persistence, and perseverance. So, patience, I think they're talking about yourself. I think they're talking about patience with yourself. I see a lot of people thinking that the program is going to bring their kids back and they're 45 days sober. It might. I don't know. I've seen it happen. You bet. People tend to want to give chances. We love each other, you know. But it took my kids years. It took my kids years to start trusting me again. And I don't blame them. You know, they had their own stuff they needed to work on. It wasn't about dad, just dad. Okay. I'm not the center of the fucking universe. Not everybody thinks about me all the time like I think about me. That's another great way to say patience. Stay where your feet are. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's okay to have our heads in the clouds, but let's remember to keep our feet firmly placed on the ground so that when that that pink cloud ends, that doesn't have anything to do with what she was saying, by the way. So that when it ends, you don't fall flat on your face. Yeah. But understanding that you are right here, right now, applies to patience. Anything outside of what we are doing right now is a what if. It's the only thing going on right now. I don't have anything else happening except for when a cat comes up, right? Persistence. Persistence means creating good habits. Okay. So persistent means I'm praying every day when I get up. I go to the same meeting every day. That is a persistent thing. Something done over and over and over and over again until it becomes a regular habit. Perseverance means trudging together. That we that this that this is going to be sometimes hard, okay? But the trudge doesn't always mean hard. It doesn't always mean arduous, okay? Because you can have a difficulty come along, but now you have the tools in order to take care of it. Okay. Perseverance is getting through something. Doesn't matter if it's big, small, it doesn't matter. You still have the perseverance. But you're not going to be able to have perseverance without patience and persistence. Just like experience, strength, and hope. You can't have strength and hope until you have the experience. Okay. Because we tell our stories in a general way, what it was like, which we all have, what happened, which we all have, and the what it was like, it just hurts. And a lot of it is the same. But what it's like now can tend to be different. Okay. So when we share our experience, strength, and hope, the experience is settling with the past so that what it is like now is the solution. And you cannot have strength and hope without the experience. That's why it's put in that order. All right. What comes before recovery? This is a 5 station of addiction: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. All right, what are the 3 R's of recovery? Replenish, rest, and recover. That's just stupid. All right, we're going to do one more. What are the 3 A's of recovery? And this comes from Al-Anon. I like this one. Awareness. I'm aware of my alcoholism. I'm aware of my character defects. I'm aware I have a headache. Say I have a headache. I'm aware of it. Okay, I accept the fact that I have a headache. And now I'm going to take an action on that by taking some Tylenol or drinking more water, or maybe I need a 20-minute nap. There's going to be some kind of action, but this is the way that you solve almost all problems. First, you have to be aware of it. Then you have to accept it. Okay. Now, the first step, awareness and acceptance, are the same thing. But beyond that, not really. So, all right. No, just go away. Go away. All right. That's going to be it for this round of the Daily Trudge. Ugh. Good stretch. All right. I hope everybody has a good day. I'm sure I'll be back a little bit later. I try and take Mondays off. It ain't gonna happen, but I try. I don't do as much work. I need to figure out what's going on with the website and if they're done with it. But that's a 30-second email. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and